Lesson 37, Airlines.
Deal with. Deal with.
Ticket agents must deal courteously with irate customers.
Destination. Destination.
The Great Barrier Reef is a popular tourist destination this year.
Distinguish. Distinguish.
Suki was able to distinguish between the different types of jets on the runway.
Economize. Economize.
My travel agent knows I like to economize and always looks out for the best prices for me.
Equivalent. Equivalent.
The food the airline serves in coach class is equivalent to that served in first class.
Excursion. Excursion.
The finance officer was pleased to find an excursion for the entire consulting team.
Expense. Expense.
A luxury vacation involves many expenses.
Extend. Extend.
We extended our vacation by a day.
Perspective. Perspective.
I narrowed my list of prospective destinations to my 3 top choices.
Situation. Situation.
The airline suggested I check with the State Department regarding the political situation in the country I'm flying to.
Substantially. Substantially.
The airline I work for had a substantially higher rating for customer satisfaction than our competitors had.
System. System.
The airline system covers the entire world with flights. Word families, distinguish. I can't distinguish any difference in the 2 airlines, since their fares are the same, distinguishable. The airline's planes were easily distinguishable by the bright logo on the plane's tails, distinguishably. Even though you have paid a lower fare, you won't be distinguishably different than the other passengers on the plane. Economize. We no longer fly first class, since our company is trying to economize, economical. Without hesitation, we chose the more economical of the 2 airline tickets. Economically. A good travel agent can help you plan your trip economically. Expense. To stay within our travel budget, we must keep all our expenses as low as possible, expensively. The first-class seats are for those who travel expensively but with great style. Expensive. Only the most expensive fares were still available. Extend. When people travel to an interesting destination for business, they often extend their trip by a few days in order to enjoy the place as a tourist. Extent. Larry has traveled to Japan many times and the extent of his knowledge of that country is impressive. Extensive. Pamela is taking 6 months off from work in order to take an extensive tour of South America. Prospect. The prospects of getting a seat on this evening's flight are not good. Perspective. The travel agency offered special deals in order to attract prospective customers. Substance. I couldn't recognize the substance that was on my meal tray and that the airlines called dinner substantial. Miss Cheen found there was a substantial difference in the price quoted for the plane ticket, depending on which day she flew, substantially. There is substantially no difference in the quality of food served in first class and in economy class. Word practice, Part 1, Words in context. Read the following passage and write the words in the blanks below. deal with, equivalent, extending, situation, destination, excursion, distinguishable, substantial, economical, expensive, perspective, system. If you travel, you most likely will have to flying. Flying is the quickest, most convenient means of travel between countries, and often between different parts of one country. Flying is, but when all costs are taken into account for traveling any distance, air travel is usually less expensive than driving by car. It is also the most way to go in terms of time. You'll miss the scenery en route, but you'll have more time at your vacation with air travel. Airlines sell seats at a variety of prices under A of requirements and restrictions. Full-fare tickets are the most expensive, but give you the most flexibility in terms of making changes. A traveler can buy a ticket up to takeoff time as long as a seat is available. Fares change rapidly, and even travel experts find it difficult to keep up. The changing is due to many factors, including increased competition. As a general rule, the less you pay for the ticket, the more restrictions you can expect. If you are trying to save money, look for fares. These are the airlines of a special sale. Most excursion fares are for round-trip travel and have strict regulations and a minimum and maximum length of stay, so don't count on your vacation or staying less time than required. However, once you are on the plane, you are not from passengers who paid higher fares. Part 2. Incomplete sentences. Choose the word that best completes the sentence. 1. Let me point out the features of our service that our airline from our competitors. A. Distinguishably. B. Distinguishable. C. Distinguishing. D. Distinguish. 2. Let's shop around until we find a more airfare. A. Economical. B. Economize. C. Economy. D. Economically. 3. We need to keep our down, so you'll have to find us better prices on airline tickets. A. Expensiveness. B. Expensively. C. Expenses. D. Expensive. 4. I decided not to my trip since I felt so tired by the time I finished my business meetings. A. Extended. B. Extent. C. Extensive. D. Extend. 5. My travel agent said there were good of finding a reasonably priced airfare. A. Prospective. B. Prospectively. C. Prospectors. D. Prospects. 6. Unless the airfares differ, you should book seats on the airline with which you have frequent flyer miles. Substance. B. Substantially. C. Substantial. D. Substantiality. Part 3. Text completion. Choose the word or phrase that best completes the sentence. Renovated City Airport now open. Frequent flyers will be happy to know that the renovations at City Airport are finally finished. The airport renovations were scheduled for completion at the end of last year, but the construction team fell behind schedule and the deadlines twice. Now the work is completed, and travelers no longer have to deal the noise, dust, and inconvenience of construction work. Passengers can move more easily and comfortably through the airport, and everything is easier to find. One of the biggest improvements in the renovated airport is the signs indicating the location of the various airlines' check-in counters. The new signs are much than the old ones, and it is easier for passengers to find the airlines they are looking for. In general, now that the work at the airport is finally over, the situation there has substantially improved. 1. A. Extend. B. Extended. C. Have extended. D. Had extended. 2. A. To. B. For. C. With, D. From, 3. A. Distinguishable, B. More distinguishable, C. Most distinguishable, D. The most distinguishable. Part 4. Reading Comprehension. Questions 1 to 5 refer to the following 2 email messages. To Belinda Tuttle. From Mark Wallaby. Subject, Re. Amazon Tours. Dear Ms. Tuttle, in response to your request for information on guided tours in the Amazon region, I have found 2 excursions that may interest you. Both are led by reputable companies that are known for organizing interesting and educational trips at reasonable expense. One, led by Jungle Tours Incorporated, goes to all the destinations you are interested in visiting and lasts 2 weeks, the length of time you requested. However, it leaves on November 10th, a week earlier than the date you mentioned. I don't know whether or not you would be able to leave this early. There is a tour leaving on your designated date, run by Paradise Adventures. It doesn't, however, go to all the destinations you are interested in, and it lasts 3 weeks, not 2, so you wouldn't return until December 8th. I don't know whether or not you would be able to extend the length of your vacation. If either of these 2 prospects interests you, let me know. Otherwise, I will keep looking for a tour that will suit you. Mark Wallaby, Southern Travel. To Mark Wallaby. From Belinda Tuttle. Subject, Re. Amazon Tours. Dear Mr. Wallaby, thank you for the information on trips to the Amazon. Unfortunately, I cannot change the dates of my vacation because of my work situation. The end of the year is a very busy time for accountants, and I will have a lot of work to deal with as soon as I return from my trip. On the other hand, I don't really need to economize, so I am flexible about the expense. The exact destinations don't really matter either. I will be happy just to visit that part of the world. So please keep looking and let me know what you find. Thank you for your efforts, Belinda Tuttle. 1. What is Mark Wallaby's job? A. Tour guide, B. Educator, C. Accountant, D. Travel agent. 2. When does Ms. Tuttle want to begin her vacation? A. November 10th, B. November 17th, C. December 1st, D. December 8th. 3. Why doesn't Ms. Tuttle like the tours suggested by Mr. Wallaby? A. They are too expensive. B. The companies have a bad reputation. C. They go to the wrong destinations. D. The dates don't fit her vacation time. 4. The word prospects in line 15 of the first email is closest in meaning to A. Possibilities, B. Businesses, C. Ideas, D. Plans. 5. The word situation in line 3 of the second email is closest in meaning to A. Location, B. Requirements, C. Circumstances, D. Responsibilities.